Hey family, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the application for enrollment to practice before the Internal Revenue Service. This is the form that you need to fill out after you've passed all three parts of the special enrollment exam, also known as the EA exam, and you'll submit this with your $140 application fee to become an enrolled agent. This is the last part, okay? Now, I do want to point out that you can fill out Form 23 at www.pay.gov, and it will take you through this process online and allow you to pay online as well. However, I want to go over this form so you know the information that they'll be asking you, so you'll be prepared when you actually go to pay.gov to fill it out. Or if you like, you can actually fill out this form and mail it in. It's up to you. Before I get too far though, in case you're new to this channel, my name is Timalyn Bowens and I am America's favorite EA. And as an enrolled agent, I'm licensed through the Internal Revenue Service to represent taxpayers in all 50 states. And I'm assuming if you're checking out this video, you want to do the same thing. So let's get right to it. Okay? So, as noted here, and it will ask you this online as well, before you fill this form out, you do have to take and pass all three parts of the special enrollment exam. Now, if you're not familiar with that, I have another video that will walk you through the EA exam. You have to also obtain a prepared tax identification number, which is referred to as a PTIN, and you need to review Circular 230 so that you can agree to that standard that the IRS has set for ethics. Okay? So the $140 application fee is non-refundable. So if your application is denied, you are out of that money. Now, if you are a former IRS employee, you need to enter the date that you separated from the IRS and make sure that you check this box here because you may be eligible to apply to be an enrolled agent without having to take all three parts of the special enrollment exam. Okay? So the first thing they're going to want to know is your social security number. So you see that I have in here these numbers. If you don't have a social security number, then you'll check this box here, okay? Because there will be follow up with that. Next, you need to make sure that you have your date of birth in this format. So you can see I have mine here. It's 09/18/1989. Now, with that being said, this right here is also the same. I wouldn't give you guys my real information because some of you guys are a little creepy out here. But then full legal name, we have Timalyn S. Bowens. 1,000 bonus points for you. If you know what the S stands for, let me know in the comments. Current address, this is the address here in Louisville, Kentucky. 101 North 7th Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40202, United States of America. Email address, we'll just say Timlin at americasfavoriteea.com. Telephone number, 502-632-3171. And then your P10, remember, is your prepared tax identification number. And this is what the IRS uses to track what you're doing within the system, such as filing returns. If you're submitting 2848s, 8821s, all of that's going to be tracked by your P10. So it's going to start with the letter P and then have numbers here. So you'll want to put that in here. If you have an employer identification number, which if you have a business, you should have one, you are going to check this box yes, put in the EIN, the business that it's attached to, and then put the business address, okay? If you don't have an EIN, that's okay if you don't have a business. You would just check this box as no, and then you would skip this part. All right. Now, let's say that you have multiple businesses because you're a serial entrepreneur and you have more than three. You're going to attach an additional piece of paper and write out the EIN, business name, and business address in the exact same format. Okay. Next, they want to know, do you have a CAF number, a centralized authorization file number? If the answer is yes, you're going to check this box and then you are going to enter in the CAF number assigned to you. If you have multiple, you're going to put them in these additional spaces. But again, just like with the EIN, if you don't have one, that's okay. Just check this box no. Are you current with your individual and business taxes, including any corporate and employment tax obligations? If no, you're going to check this box and then you are going to want to add an additional page to say why that is that you are not in current compliance. Okay. For the majority of you, I hope the answer is yes, but don't forget, if you aren't in compliance, that's not an automatic where they're going to deny your application. However, you do need to get into some type of um, payment arrangement. So an installment agreement, whether that's a guaranteed agreement, a streamlined agreement, you need to get something set up so that you can put yourself in a position to help other taxpayers. Okay. So here for 9 through 12, if the answer is yes to any of these, you do need to provide a written explanation. Now, with this, if you're line doing it, they will provide you with space, but if you are mailing it in, you do need to attach additional pieces of paper to write out the explanation. So, number 9, have you been sanctioned by a federal or state licensing authority? For me, the answer is no. Has any application you filed with a court, government, department, commission, or agency for admission to practice ever been denied? So you would put no, if that applies to you. Okay. In this example, I'm putting no. Have you ever been convicted of a tax crime or any felony? No. Now, as I mentioned before, if you aren't in tax compliance, we need to work towards getting you there so that this application can be accepted. However, if you have been convicted of a tax crime or any felony, that could disqualify you from becoming an EA. All right. It's worth putting in the application, but that probably is going to automatically disqualify you. Have you ever been permanently enjoined from preparing tax returns or representing others before the IRS? You're going to put no if that answer is true for you. And I do want to go back to number 11. I believe if the conviction was over 10 years ago, you may, and of course, with a written explanation, still qualify to become an enrolled agent. Okay. So for 13, are you a CPA? If the answer is no, you're going to check that box. If the answer is yes, you're going to check that one. And then you'll enter the states where you're licensed to practice. Okay. Because remember, the CPA license is a state designation, not federal like the EA. So you have to put the states where that license is. Same thing with being an attorney. If the answer is yes, you check this box and then you put the states where you're licensed to practice. If the answer is no, then you don't have to worry about that. Then you're going to sign and date this. And remember, it's under penalties of perjury. All right. So make sure that all of the information that you have filled out is true. And that is exactly what you're agreeing to when you sign. Because see here it says under penalties of perjury, I declare that I have examined this application and to the best of my knowledge and belief, it is true, correct, and complete. The IRS and the government are going to take that very seriously. Okay. Now, failure to answer any questions or sign the form could result in processing delays. This form is typically going to take 60 days to process. Do not reach out to see what's going on with the process if it has not been 60 days yet, okay? Now, if you're filling this out online, you're done. You already know what to expect when you get on. However, if you are going to be mailing this in, the address is right here. You're going to send this to the Internal Revenue Service, Enrolled Agent Policy and Management, 127 International Drive Room, dash EA 125, Franklin, Tennessee, 37067. Now, if the 60 days has passed and you still don't have your license, you can go get your phone and call this number right here, 1-855-472-5540, so that you can check out the status of your application. All right. Now, if you're filling out this form, like I said, you have probably completed your final special enrollment exam, better known as the EA exam. Congratulations to you and best wishes in this next process of your journey as an EA.